What's up, everybody? This is definitely a tough video. Man, when I say depression, but man, we was going through it for it. It was, as you can tell on the title of the video, the contract is postponed, and so is the process. And I guess we just start from the beginning. So really, we was going into this thing, high hopes, everything is great. Credit was looking good, income. I thought the biggest, so I sort of think the biggest problem would be income because I'm self-employed. So I just started the tax returns the correct way, because to be honest, I'm self-employed. So if I claim a lot of money every year, I pay a lot of money every year. So this year, 2017, the plans, we know we get in the house in 18. 2017 tax return, we're gonna claim a lot of money.
We know we get in the house in
18.
Oh, we starting the house process.
What year is this?
This is 18.
Yes, I'm sorry. So we knew at 19 we was getting the house. So 17 and 18 tax returns would be nice. So that was kind of like our biggest worry, because the credit was already straight, had no collections. It was just smooth, right? So get you started from the beginning. We signed our contract Sunday.
After you saw the video. Yeah,
and all that was next was, okay, we finished the pre-qualification, and then we'll pay our earnest money, and then when the lot is ours, we'll build out, and then
we'll build out in like 2 months.
And we'll just do closing process in January, which is 9 months away. So remember, I only had one tax return, so I was told it's not a big deal, it's okay, as long as you have the tax return before closing, good. So, I did the pre-qualification, and we was excited. I did the pre-qualification, was that 2 days ago? Monday. The next day.
We did.
Yes.
We signed our document Sunday. Qualification was Monday.
And yeah, so it was like an automated system. Remember, I told you my biggest fear was the security alert. I thought it would affect the process, but it actually didn't. The pre-qualification didn't. I mean, the pre-qualification wasn't affected by the fraud alerts or the security alert. They still ran it. And I'll be honest, I'll tell you my credit scores. My mortgage FICO scores were 703, 665, and a 565. Now, I always had trouble with the Equifax, because sure enough, I had no collections, but I had accounts that I disputed because of some incorrections on it, and they never got removed. They got moved to closed, but it still showed those negative times. But I was like, okay, it's not gonna be a big deal, because
they're gonna pull the middle score.
Yeah, they pulled all three, but they take the middle score. So I was like, and I have there's no other discrepancy. Like I said, 7 is a decent score, and 665, to get conventional loan, they said all I need was a 620, so I was good on that. So we have the 2 cars on our credit that count against our debt to income ratio, so which I wasn't worried about that, because I kind of configured this figures, and I sort of figured I knew what was going to happen. So we hit the first lender up, because we had to go to their preferred lender. So she contacted us, and she was like, okay, you're self-employed, we need 2 tax returns. And I was like, well, I was under the impression if I pre-qualification, you kind of want to see where I'm at. I tell you how much I make annually, and then before closing comes, I have to have all my documents on. And she was like, well, with the debt to income ratio, and then they actually factored in that debt that was closed from a while ago that wasn't reported on my other. So I was like, but why are we? And then so they saw that it was under dispute, so that was a big no-no for them as well. So she's like, yeah, sure enough, the credit score that we use is really good, and you don't have any other delinquencies, but these closed accounts that are under review are kind of affecting you.
And they're talking about the one that's on the lowest.
Yes, on my lowest, because my 700 credit score, which is my 700 credit score TransUnion, and my Experian 665, they have nothing but my 2 car loans and a credit card that I paid off. And so yeah, so that she was like, well, well, we kind of, that's one flag right there. They don't like that. Then it comes to the income. So she was like, well, give me the 1 tax return you have. And I was like, okay, I can give you that one. So this is basically what I did, to not give you exact figures. Let's just say I was gonna say I made, to be easy numbers, let's just say I was gonna say I made $50,000. That's what I want my 2 years to average out to, $50,000. What I did was, since I had been claiming so low the previous years, I didn't want to claim. I didn't want to go from claiming 5,000 a year to 50,000 a year. So what I did was I claimed 30,000 this year, example, and then next year I would claim 60 so that it can equal out to 50. You know, so I was telling her that I was like, hey, I'm gonna send you my tax return, but remember, yada yada. She said, okay, just give me what you got. So long story short, you know, it just didn't fly. They was like, we really want your credit scores are good, but for this loan, we will want the derogatories gone. That's under dispute. So until those get settled, we can't do anything overall. So, you know, I really wish they would have told me this a while ago, because, you know, I'm very transparent. Just like we've been transparent with you guys. You know, I'm gonna be honest with them. I'm gonna be honest with you like we were honest with them. I told them, you know, I was discussing what was going on, and it just never came up to us. So I guess it's one of the things, you know, it's like, you know, you tell somebody something and they kind of give you the go and you think it's cool, but, you know, I mean, you know, it is what it is. So that's kind of where we at now, and this has been the toughest 24 hours because we planned out so much. We told you all, like, the worst thing I feel like you can do is tell somebody something and then it not comes through. But we've been trying to be transparent with, you know, because you guys show us love, so we want to give other people positivity on the process. So we was excited about.
And we also heard from other people that have already bought a house that it doesn't go smooth. Like,
yeah, oh man, everybody.
It's always something to come up.
Always hiccups. So, you know, I really, man, I was so hurt at first that I was like, man, I wanted to delete the video from yesterday about the contract. I did because I was like, man, this is embarrassing, you know, but, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to high face, whatever. It is what it is. And we're honest with you guys, but one thing that me and D.I., we've been through a lot together. You know, we've slept in cars, we have nothing. So we're in a blessed situation. We're not going to let this hinder anything. Our life is going great.
We kind of sometimes expect a bump in the road because... you know, it just always happens. But the next step from here is we're gonna work on the derogatory stuff that's on the lowest report, which we thought didn't matter, but
man, I thought
it matters. So
we're
gonna work on getting that off, and if we can't get that off, then we just will wait until January, right?
So this is what I want to do, honestly. So I'm gonna dispute it again, change the verbiage on the dispute, see if I can get it off. And worst case scenario, we'll probably just pay them. It's quite a bit, but we just use the money, knock them off. I'll try to do pay to delete. You know, I'll call this collector if there's no other way. I'll call the collector, say, if I pay you guys in full, will you delete this? 9 times out of 10, they most likely will. And that'll be the next plan of action. And then we're gonna pay off the Sonata, which is my car, and you know, we just foolproof everything so we don't go through this again. You know?
We're just gonna go through.
Yeah.
And like do everything. Like fix whatever needs to be fixed, and then if we're done by January, then that's good, because then we'll have our second tax return.
Yeah.
If not, then we'll just, if we have everything else done but we don't have our tax return, then we'll probably go ahead and give it a go. If everything is done except for our tax return.
So soonest we'll try again is 2 months, because either we dispute
and they take it off,
or we'll just probably pay and then take it off, and then, you know, we'll see what the scores do then. Which the scores should be good, because like I said, she even told me, she was like, if that middle score was a 700 instead of a 665, then we most likely would have overlooked the accounts on the smallest report, on the smallest score report. But since, you know, she said 620 was the minimum you can have for the conventional loan, she's like, since you're barely over it with a 665, we kind of have to take that into account. Which, you know, and listen, man, everybody has a job. I respect it and I understand it. My advice to everyone who's going to do this process, who's going to get a house, make sure
you get all your information early.
Yeah, and make sure you're ready before, because like I said, I've talked to lenders I've talked to lenders to get advice before we start this. Hey, we really just want to check to see what your credit score is, and will you be ready when it's time, what you're looking like. They was like, because two lenders has told me this. One thing we can't change is how much money you can make, how much money you make. We can fix credit scores, we can work with everything else. So I'm thinking, okay, we got the money. You know, but you know, I understand.
But it might be kind of tough because those are their preferred lenders.
Yes,
so that might be why it's a little bit harder for, because all we need is a pre-approval letter from their preferred lenders, and then once we get that, we can go to any lender we want, right?
Yeah, but I have a good friend whose wife is she's the head loan officer for the U.S. government, and what she was telling me, which makes sense. The figures. So basically, my first tax return, I claimed a nice bit of money, right? But my next year I was going to claim
even more
than that. And she said what their thing is, even though your credit was in a decent range, you have no history of making the money you said you were going to make next year. So it's tough for a loan writer or a computer system to believe you when they never seen it. And you know, it's algorithms. You know, it's funny because I didn't get manually denied. It was all computer system based for the pre-qualification. So my advice to everyone is, even though a lot of people say, hey, we're going to see where you at, make sure, do your best to make sure everything is aligned, you know. And don't get discouraged. Like I said, for a minute, you know, it was just tough. I was excited. I mean, we sat there, and I really feel bad because we sat 4 hours in the office on Sunday, and we signed papers and documents and revised just discounts and adding this to the house, adding that to the house, and now tomorrow we gotta go. And
then they called us.
Yeah,
she called yesterday. This is the sales assistant, and she said that we got approved for our discount on the house. So we worked through everything the 4 hours on Sunday, and then they sent it over to their boss.
But then
to approve it.
Then then the lady, the loan officer lady, called the sales assistant and said, hey, we got his application. All we need from him now is a tax return. So I'm thinking, oh, bet, cool.
Yeah.
But
and then the sales assistant calls us and says, you're good, you'll be fine.
About to build a house.
Yeah, she literally said you got approved for your discount. We're just waiting on your approval letter. I talked to Jessica, and she said all you need to do is send over the tax return. We was like, oh, well, we already sent that. So she was like, yeah, you guys are about to build a house and bring in your earnest money tomorrow. What
happened is the accounts that were closed, that were in negative standing, they factored them as debt. That's what she told me. So I mean, it rolled the debt. It rolled the debt to income ratio. Then you know, like I said, I don't have a lot on my credit report. I just have my 2 cars, which, you know, pay on time, and then, you know, in that one report I had those derogatories. So I don't have revolving credit. I didn't have a lot to count up, you know what I'm saying? That's why we didn't have a lot to balance it out. So it's a learning experience. It's one thing I learned in life, you know, you fall on the ground, you get dirty, you dust it off, you get up and you go again. Like, it's not over. It's just, only thing that sucks is we planned on starting now, building now, and be in the house in about March. Worst case.
The good thing is that where we're living, our area hasn't even been approved by our city.
Yeah, it was.
So we're still in pre-sale, and pre-sale could last another 2 months. And if we're done in about 2 to 3 months, then that'll kind of put us on track or a little bit behind, which is fine.
Yeah, and I'm at a point now we can do it again. I kind of want to just wait to everything. I really don't want to touch this again to my tax return yet, because I just.
Or we can just wait until January, because there are another set of lots that aren't even open. You know.
I was excited. Kids excited. So, but it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It's one of the things that set us back up at the latest 6 months, the earliest 4 months. So I mean,
6 months.
Because we start in January, we're doing the new build. Yeah. So the guy was even like, you know, the house that you want is quite a bit, and your credit scores aren't bad, and with the money that you make or that you're claiming, if we can keep those derogatories on, if you wanted to apply for a smaller loan, you can still get a house. So the things were.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
I just don't want to settle. I'm pretty sure she don't either. You know, especially if you're gonna pay for something, and then we love the neighborhood for the kids and stuff like that. So. Well,
we would still be in the same neighborhood, but we could. Basically, what he's saying is that the loan officer said that if we wanted to, right now, we could get a
settle.
We could get a smaller home. But we've already spent a lot of time planning out and changing, you know, doing upgrades and things like that to a floor plan that we already like, so, and that we kind of already fell in love with.
Yeah, so we just want to let you guys know that sucks, but you know, we're alive, we're blessed, we're healthy, life is
Don't
good.
be sad.
Yeah, it's gonna come back around. Just it's always sweeter when you go through something for it. You know, if you get it easily, it still feels good, but it's something about that deterrent or that rift or that struggle that makes the success that much better. You know, so that's why when you work hard and you win first place, it's always like, yes. So, but, you know, anybody who goes through the same situation, anybody who's ever going to go through a situation, be positive. It's cool. It's coming in the house. It's just the only thing that changes now is the time frame. It's just not going to get here when we wanted it. Mm-hmm. Sometimes God knows. I don't want to get too, you know, spiritual, but sometimes God is not about when you want it. When the time is right, it'll be there. We're not there. We alive. I got my daughters, my wife alive. We living good. I'm blessed. No stress, you know. So it was a punch in the stomach though.
I was like very, very hopeful, and even after the call until today.
Today, oh yeah, we knew.
Yeah,
today we knew.
When they were like,
yeah,
those accounts.
On the flip, man, have you ever seen somebody have a? And that was my FICO 2 score. My FICO 8 is a 710, 684, and a 581. Have you ever seen somebody with a 710 and a 581? If you have commented, I will just, well, you ain't got to comment the score, just say yes I have. But
put a little emoji like this.
But we love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Thanks for watching. Don't be unsubscribing.
Yeah, don't be unsubscribing because the house not coming right now.
That'd be so dirty.
That would be. You know what I'm saying? I know if you just not. I know Val gonna stay. I know Jill gonna stay. Triana, yeah, I swear to God, I hope I say your name right. It's a few others. And the comments that you all posted on the video for congratulations, thank you so much. We appreciate you all.
And we'll keep those congratulations until we really...
We probably won't tell you nothing else until you get the house now, because I don't even, you know.
Well, we're probably going to tell them like a little bit here and there, but we're not going to be like, we signed our house contract, which we did.
We did. But I'm going to matter of fact, man, we sat there and signed like
all these papers.
House plans, and we appreciate you all. And remember, love just right.